Alright, family. It's your boy Dway's on Blaze, guys. You know the name, the FaceTime plays. It's the end of Salt Bay. Alright, it's the end. It's done. It's finished. It's over. This is Jamari. Jamari Speaks, to be exact. It's your boy Dway's on Blaze. Like, comment, and subscribe to both of us. Please. Dango.
So over the years online, there have been thousands of memes that have come and gone, and while some remain timeless relics in internet history, others do not pass the test of time and kind of fade out to never really be used again. Yes, the lifespan of a meme can be days, months, years, or even decades. But even more interesting to me though, is when someone becomes a full-blown living meme.
My name is András Arato, but people might know me as Hide the Pain Harold.
Or at least creates a career off of going viral. You have people who
Hide the Pain Harold.
have become full-blown comedians with strong fan bases off of one video. Of course, you have your Hawk Tuas and the Catch Me Outside girls of the world. But one of the more annoying people to go viral off of their meme was this guy Salt Bae back in 2017, who started popping off after he went viral for his methods of salting a steak.
Hey, now on steak, bro.
I feel like this was something that the dumbest person you know found absolutely hilarious. You know, a real genius like me could not understand the appeal of his little party trick, but I digress. You know, I guess I just don't want the salt bouncing off that dirty ass elbow before it touches my food.
I make a video. Our waiter, I ask him, can you
Dirty
take a
ass
picture
elbow.
and video for me? I make one big tomahawk, and then I cut, very nice, and then I put the salt, you know, with the sun. You know,
Salt with the
like
sun.
A rain, like a snow.
Now either way, this meme took the world by storm with
Oh
SNL
my
skits.
gosh.
You had people doing celebrations of touchdowns with this. You had others dressing up as this guy for Halloween, cosplaying as the Salt Bae.
Guys, if you know, you know. Obi O'Brien was the original Salt Bay. If you know, you know.
In Turkey, this is how you pour your salt on.
Season. Who knows about season?
We have a man who became a billionaire from salt.
Yes.
From salt. You can all put salt on. He did it the best. Bam.
And soon after all this commotion, Salt Bae would capitalize on this and continue going viral by putting his meat into his customers'
Oh
mouths.
God! Pause! No, Diddy, bro. Hold up. What? Oh no! Why he keep putting meat in niggas' mouth, bro? Stop it!
You know, I don't know about you
my
guys.
God, I would
but to me,
never-
This all
oh
has the
my
same
God.
energy as the guys who be going to town at the hibachi. Yes,
Why
chef,
the
shoot it in my mouth, please. Like, what the fuck are you doing, son? To me, this shit is Diddy coded all day.
I didn't even make my
In
bed.
fact, in doing research for this video, I found various instances of him hanging out with Diddy, getting shoutouts from him.
Shout out, this your boy Puff Daddy. I'm here with my brother Salt Bae. He's sprinkling us with that flavor. Man, the man has finesse, style, and he's a genius at what he does. He's a one-on-one. Yes. Congratulations to my brother.
Not Diddy,
Salt Bae.
bro.
Yeah.
I just said no Diddy.
Salt Bae.
And he was apparently even in one of his commercials.
Oh God.
It's about love, celebration.
I mean, don't tell me that these guys didn't hit at least one steak with that baby oil salts combo. And this guy would get real disrespectful with this shit.
The Salt
It's not
Bae
like a
freak
fun
off.
little trick where your dog catches food in their mouth. Hell no, he was putting his meat in various women's mouths in a very sexual manner, all while their husband was picking up the tab. I even found this video where the guy made it very clear that shit was not going to happen. He would not be going down like Adam Twain 2.
Went to Salt BAE's restaurant, and my fiancé was not going to let that man feed me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, regardless of how
Shout out to that guy. Now that's how you start up business, boy. That's how you start up
I
business.
feel, the Salt Bae is apparently a very successful person who comes from extremely humble beginnings. His father was a mine worker and he grew up in this 2-bedroom home with no electricity or running water. Dropping out of school at 13, he became an apprentice to a butcher and the rest is really history. Opening numerous steakhouses since 2010, of course going viral, and amassing a very large personal fortune in the tens of millions of dollars. At his restaurant, people were regularly paying thousands of dollars for these golden steaks, and if that shit does not scream, I love social media validation, and it controls my mind, I don't know what does.
Cappuccino!
But it's crazy when you think somebody has spent 615,000 dirhams on food at your restaurant.
Wow.
How does it make you feel?
Make me feel very happy.
Why is it so expensive?
They are not expensive. This is, perception, not reality.
In general,
Yo,
I feel like these trendy
This guy
spots
said this perception, not reality. No, this is reality, brother. That shit is expensive.
that people like to go, I always leave wondering why the fuck I just spent $200 to $300 on a very mid dinner. It's like when I went to Hell's Kitchen, the risotto was cold. I was looking around like, where the fuck is Gordon Ramsay when I need him? Well, at least I can get a shirt that tells me to piss off after he runs my pockets with a $30 beer. Either way, a couple of years back, I talked about how Salt Bae is always clout hungry since he got his first taste of fame. And he actually caught a lot of flack for this at the World Cup back in 2022.
Think about it. Yeah, well, you think if he plays in
Wrong.
MLS for the next 3
This
years,
is just wrong.
World Cup in the States, right there.
He tried to put his meat in Messi's mouth. Messi said, never that. Never that. Oh, guys, this Hunger Games is back, huh? I've only watched season 1. I won't even lie to you, bro. I've never even paused. I'm busy saying Hunger Games. Squid Games. Oh, man.
And with Messi being one of the most famous people on
Yeah,
the planet,
like, who
it
is this
obviously got a lot of attention when he was ignoring Salt Bae. Because basically he took the biggest moment in these guys' lives and tried to make it about himself. And some of these photos were just downright ridiculous. Also keep in mind, with him being from Turkey, he really had no connection to Argentina who won that year. And weeks
Bro, he bit the man's chain, bro. His mouth, the man's chain was inside his mouth. I mean, his metal. Why are you putting it in your mouth, bro? What is wrong with this guy putting things in people's mouths and his mouth? And bro, stop this behavior. How you just take somebody's hard-earned flipping metal and just put it in your mouth, nigga? Who's you? Who's you?
Before this all went down, he was sucking off Ronaldo on Instagram, and then he was out here on the pitch begging Messi for a picture. But the guy was simply clout chasing, and
who let him on the
it,
field?
And this motherfucker really thought that he was part of the team.
Why did you go onto the World Cup pitch after the
Why didn't security remove him? That's the real question.
final, touch the World Cup, and kiss the World Cup? What were you thinking?
I love Argentina. I love football. And this is the accident. My mistake. Before I don't know the rules. Now I know the rules.
Of course, after the clips went viral, this got him banned from several future events. And I feel like he kind of stuck a fork in the whole Salt Bae movement, or at least so we thought.
What is he thinking?
Now, before we get into the current day demise of Salt Bae, after all those people stopped purchasing those overpriced steaks, I want to tell you guys about a great purchase you can make with the sponsor of today's video. So every day around 5 p.m. in my household, there is this magic moment. And
we love you,
it
Jamari,
always
but
starts when I get my hands on this yellow
sorry,
bag.
my brother.
I mean, the color is really
Sorry, my brother.
because my dogs see this food as gold.
We cannot.
Even right now, I know y'all can see her in the background checking it out. Yeah, they do.
What are your plans for 2025?
2025, I think our best year.
So that was a fucking lie.
Now, the last 2.5 years, Salt Bae has been trying to keep his relevance hanging on by a thread. The guy has to have spent a fortune purchasing the most fake followers I've ever seen. Like, yes, he was viral, but I do not really see a world where he could amass 52 million followers. He's also still been trying to show up to events, including a Champions League after party, where he was promptly removed because, honestly, who gives a damn about the Salt Bae? They knew he was
I just want to say, those followers might have come just from him being there in the World Cup. Like, I feel like that's one of the biggest stages ever. And for whatever reason, Salt Bae was just roaming around the pitch, doing all this nonsense. And that story might have really boosted his following. But 52 million is a bit, I don't know if you're that famous, buddy. I don't know.
To chase clout. This was the first time he had gone viral since the World Cup incident, and obviously after that one was so publicly an issue, people really don't seem to want this guy around. It just feels like one of those things where he thinks he's much more important than he truly is to other people. He did try to save face in this situation, acting like he just so happened to be waiting around near this entrance to this high-profile party, claiming that there were thousands of other people who wanted to see him and not these other celebrities, and that he was really just there to sign autographs and take pictures with his apparent fans. Even going as far as to claim that this clip of him and his friends clearly being denied access to this party was apparently created by AI. I mean, talk about an absolutely pathetic excuse.
What?
Like, yes, AI has gotten a little bit more realistic in recent times, but this shit was obviously 100% real. Like, is that gonna be the new excuse people use when bad shit comes out about them? Is that like the new version of, oh, I got hacked?
You love this. That's why you make videos all the time now?
Offset? Whoa.
Now very important. Everybody waiting.
Now, beyond people being tired of his 8-year-old shtick,
That looks
the
like
man's
too much
business
salt.
has also taken a turn for the worst. For instance, at one time, his London steakhouse was doing well over $13 million in revenue per year, but that number has now slowed to just $2.2 million. This is a loss
Not
of
bad.
revenue by over 80% in just 3 years, and
Yeah,
that
it's
number
still
has
caking.
been steadily declining by almost 50% year over year, which is typically a clear indication that a business is dying rapidly. Now, whether this was a side effect of a bad global economy, or his flame is just finally burning out, we do not really know, but it's likely a combination of several things. Most likely the fact that people finally realized that it's fucking stupid to spend $1,500 on a steak to wrap in sheets of gold that costs nothing. Like, even the experience itself with this little man feeding his meat into your mouth was always dumb. Still, Salt Bae has been trying to save face by changing the pricing on his menu and apparently dedicating himself to making his business go green. But this has all obviously not been working, with some former staff members even alleging that this guy was stealing their tips to try and help save his bottom line. He also had other allegations of various discrimination, and it was also rumored that even when he was doing well, making all this money off his overpriced steaks, he was still paying highly skilled staff only a little bit more than minimum wage. And now it has actually been announced that Salt Bae would be closing down several of his restaurants, including the location in Los Angeles as well as Las Vegas. And this adds to a longer list of failed ventures from Dallas to a New York City burger joints, as well as a restaurant in Boston that have all closed this last year.
You open here in New York. Why was this the next city that you wanted to open in?
New York is center of the world. If you success in New York, all over the world, success.
To me, this is a clear indication that his brand is pretty much dead, and no matter how hard he tries to revive it and make it look like it's all good, that is simply not the reality. I mean, it's truly amazing to me how someone who starts out so humble can turn into such a clout chaser. And you would think that coming from nothing, he would provide more for his staff and not be allegedly stealing these tips. But honestly, this guy seems like a pretty self-involved jerk to me, and someone who is definitely not worthy of online fame. But y'all let me know what you guys think about this Salt Bae update down below. But as always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. Y'all make sure to check out the sponsor of today's video, Sundays.
You know, I just wonder sometimes what goes on in people's heads, bro. Like, yo, some people amass so much wealth and so much success, but they just squander it away just on nonsense, bro. Like, they just do such nonsensical things, bro. Like, this man, I don't know. I just feel like his reputation is just so in the garbage at this point that that's just like, I don't think anyone takes this guy seriously. Nobody's buying that overpriced steak anymore. Unfortunately, man, it is what it is, Salt Bae. You gotta find a new business venture, brother. You know, FIFA don't want you. I don't know why you still trying to go to FIFA after parties and whatnot, bro. Like, that's done, that's wraps. But yeah, as for the people who bought these steaks, bro, I don't. I guess y'all are rich. Y'all must be rich. So congratulations to y'all. Y'all played yourselves. Anyway, that's where we're gonna leave it here today, guys. Not too much to say on the situation. I don't know. I thought there would be a bit more, but yeah, man, really, he's just in a downward spiral. The downward spiral continues, right? And at the end of the day, pray for Salt Bae. I hope he finds common sense. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. See you soon.